you can still take action and you can still have success. Like I said, with Shopify, I only know about 20%, but we've been able to land some pretty cool deals and actually make money with this thing, and giving me permission to put more time into it because of the success that we're having. So you don't know what you don't know, but that doesn't mean that you can't take action at all. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on yet another video from the WingMan University. My name is Nate Hibbert, and today I just want to give you guys some more motivation. I know that was kind of what the last video was on, but I just think as the year is winding down here and we're moving into 2020, a big thing for me is just to keep reminding myself why I'm moving forward. And, in the holiday season, we're taking a lot of time off. So it's good to just do some thinking and prepare yourself for next year, with the reasons of, okay, this is why I'm putting all this time into this, whether it's your side hustle or the main thing. And, this is why I'm spending all this energy trying to figure out these things that can be very frustrating at times, as this week has been kind of an up and down roller coaster for me. So I just wanted to shoot this video and say a phrase on video, something that I've been saying all week to a few people that I've been helping out. And that phrase is, you don't know what you don't know. And a little caveat to that is that it's okay to not know what you don't know. And there are people out there that want to help you and help, in any way that they can. And not saying that everyone knows the exact answer that you're looking for, but there are people out there that want to help you understand what you don't know and be educated on things that we know about, as the people helping you. And if that was confusing because it wasn't worded the best, basically giving yourself grace to ask questions that you might think are dumb, or giving yourself grace to realize that you don't know everything, and that's perfectly okay. That's acceptable. No one starts out perfectly knowing how to make a listing. It's something that we want to show a lot more with our 10-minute listing series coming back, or how to do the quote-unquote perfect research to make sure your shirt lands exactly, or whatever product you're selling lands exactly where you want it. Something that we hope to help you guys with Steven's data videos coming out next year. And Lord knows you guys have heard me talk about Shopify, and I guess maybe I can't generalize it for everyone, but I would be highly surprised if there's anyone out there who opened up Shopify for the first time and just knew exactly what to do, where everything was placed, and how that tool works, as there's just so much to learn about that, and that's definitely something I'll be talking about next year. So there are two things I want you guys to be able to pull away from this video. Number one, as I just kind of listed out the things that we'll be talking about here on this channel and the content that we expect to be making next year, is there anything that you guys think is missing? And comments are a great place to let us know if there's something that you want us to talk about that we didn't list off, or as the year progresses and you're seeing that there's a need of something that we need to talk about but we just haven't, please let us know in the comments of any of the videos that you're watching. That's something that's always valuable to us. One thing that I know that I'm leaving off is talking about art. I feel like I did that a lot this year, and I covered a good amount of tools that talk about that, but I think I should cover maybe like how VAs and art work out. But if that's something you guys want to know about, please let me know. I know a lot about that topic. I've been doing that for about 3 years and haven't really shared that information anywhere. So if now is the time that I need to start digging into that and pulling out lessons that I've learned and, just showing you guys how all of that works, I'm more than happy to do it. But we've got so many other things going on that we just have the content already in place of, what we think we're going to make. But there's always room for us to pivot, as we're known to do. So again, if there's any content that you'd like us to make, please let us either know now or in future, as that, again, is always valuable. And the second thing I want you guys to be able to pull out of this video, kind of a throwback to the saying I started with, which is you don't know what you don't know, is that it does take time to learn new things. This is something that I constantly have to be reminding Steven, and Steven has to constantly be reminding me that, just because we've done this thing now for a week or two doesn't mean that we're going to be able to master it or know everything. I think that's the most enjoyable part. Sorry to keep going back to Shopify, but that is the most enjoyable part about Shopify right now, is the amount of new things that I can be learning and applying to what I'm doing over there. For me, when you first start out something brand new and you just get to learn all of this new information, that's an enjoyable part of the process for me. I know not everybody loves that. They want to be able to jump into something and just know all the facts and everything that they need to know. But for me, I kind of like that process of like, oh, I made this mistake. Now next time I'll learn better. I think that's where the whole idea of getting 1% better comes from, but getting a little bit off track. So this is really a reminder to you guys as the year's coming to a close and all of this great teaching content is coming out, even from us, the small groups and courses and all these things that come out towards the end of the year, because us as teachers, we know that the new year and really after Q4 is a time that people just want to soak up new information. Either they had something that worked for them and they want to learn a new way to, add to their business, and they can use this new audience that they found or this new product that they were selling, and they want to be able to do more with it. Or, they're kind of done with what they were doing last year and they want to pivot into something new and look for new opportunities, something that's going to be interesting and keep them attached to this business so that they can keep paying their bills, but also enjoying the business. And so I highly encourage you, not just from us, but anyone out there that you see has a good course or content that you want to consume, now's a great time to pick up some of those courses and prepare for, learning in January and February of next year. But remember that it does take time. So even if you take a course, on Shopify and you're like, okay, this is great, I learned all this information, right after that course ends, don't feel like you have to know everything. Don't feel like you have to go from 0 to 100. Maybe that first course takes you to 10%, and now you can do better with that and keep moving forward and keep learning as you're moving forward. I think that's a big thing for me, is that I'm always learning, right? I have been doing Shopify for maybe 3-4 months now. I've done a few successful deals, but I feel like I only know about 20% of the knowledge that I actually need to turn this into my full-time thing. And so bringing it all the way back to that saying of you don't know what you don't know, like that doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to still use the information that you do have. You don't need to know 100% before you take action on something. At least that's the way that we operate. I know everyone's a little bit different, but for my experience and what I've learned, the last 15 years basically of trying to always do something on the side, and the last 5 years of this being my full thing, is that even though you don't have 100% of the knowledge, if you can ever have 100% of the knowledge, you can still take action and you can still have success. Like I said, with Shopify, I only know about 20%, but we've been able to land some pretty cool deals and actually make money with this thing, and giving me permission to put more time into it because of the success that we're having. So you don't know what you don't know, but that doesn't mean that you can't take action at all. Now, I will say this as a disclaimer, that's a very encouraging statement. Hopefully you guys feel motivated to go out there and try things, but with that, because you don't know all 100% or, maybe 80% where you should be, you will have some failures. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. Now, that doesn't mean like a horrible crash and burn, like, okay, now I can never do this thing again failure, but usually it's like stumbling blocks. So like, that hurts a little bit. That's a problem I probably should have known how to solve before, we signed up with this client or we said that we could do this thing. But I think as long as you take those failures as lessons and you're learning from them and know that that's not going to stop you unless you, throw in the towel, then it's completely okay to have the mindset of, okay, I know 10-20% of what I need to. I'm going to sign up with this client. I'm going to know that there are probably going to be problems that arise, and I just have to be able to attack them or tackle them as when they arise. And there's no other way to kind of get around that. It's just the client asked me to do something new, and I think that I know how to do that, and I'm going to try it out. And maybe it doesn't work exactly how I want to. So having a good relationship with your client always helps, and letting them know, hey, this is fairly new to me. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do things. Always helpful, but also for yourself, your own mental sanity, if you just approach the problem in that way of, okay, I only know this amount, but I'm going to take action, and when problems arise, I'm just going to tackle them. I'm going to reach out to the Hibbert brothers. I'm going to reach out to, whoever taught that course, whatever support group that I have out there, and so we can work through this thing together. That was a big thing that we kind of talked about this week, me and Steven, is that we just want to make sure that we're here for people. So when you have that problem, when you're like, oh my gosh, here's this huge problem that I can't get around, I have to drop everything and deal with this, that you have someone to talk to. And so that's where the small groups idea is coming from. We're going to talk about the mastermind. You can still sign up for that. Actually, next week, we're going to be doing some calls. So if you want to talk to us about Shopify, maybe now is the time that you just have the conversation with us. We don't have a sales pitch or anything for you. But if that's something you're interested in, or even want to see if the opportunity is right for you, we're more than happy to take a few minutes out of our day and talk with you about that. But whatever it is, whatever course you're signing up, whatever new thing you're doing, feel free to reach out to people who make the content. Most people who are making content here on the internet want to help you guys. We're not just putting up something and saying, okay, now we never want to talk about that thing again. It's no, we talked about this thing. Now we want more people to contact us and talk about this because we're passionate about the things that we're teaching. So I'm going to stop there. We actually have one of our meetings talking about Shopify starting here in 5 minutes. So I need to wrap this up very quickly. So I appreciate you guys. Again, all those things that I talked talked about leaving down in the comments below. We do check all of the comments. We try to reply to all you guys, as this is what we're trying to do, is build this community here on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys all viewing the videos and liking it. That is very helpful, but comments also help us just feel more connected to you guys, which is a big thing for me and Steven. We just like to know who's out there and watching these videos. So even just saying, hi, I'm from here if you want to talk to us. We plan on doing traveling events and going to conferences and stuff, even doing some stuff here locally in Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, I'd love to talk with you and just get to meet you if possible. And maybe that leads into us doing small groups here locally too, which would be really cool. So as you can see, lots of fun new ideas for 2020. We're very excited. We feel energized about this teaching business and helping you guys in consulting and client work and all the things that we've got going on. And so we hope that we can be your wingman in 2020 and really help you guys out. All right, but until next week, I'll see you guys later.